everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Seahawks are top 10 in pass yards, going up against the Bears secondary that could be in for a long day.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. This is Howard on second down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, they run with Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down.
The big fella! Touchdown, Chicago! Adam Shaheen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Off a play fake to Rawls. Wilson going down the middle, and it's complete. Past the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Trubisky with a give to Howard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Malik McDowell in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On 1st down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now Wilson on 1st down. From left side, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On the toss play, Howard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you expect him to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On third down, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good, too.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can.
Touchdown, Chicago! And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On second down, Rawls. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They run with a power back. Rawls. And some room to work. There goes Thomas Rawls. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big run that time by Rawls. 45 yards on the ground. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Miller. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now Trubisky on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On the handoff, this is Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Wilson now throwing on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. On second down, Wilson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. An update from down in L.A. And that one for the 49ers, now a 2-touchdown advantage. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken at around the 40. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Floyd. He's the one to get him. And that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Wilson to throw on second down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. To throw on third down, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up. and you let him out.
And take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Shaheen, the tight end, on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Always got some breathing room. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's got his man on the out route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Santos out down. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still out.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go with Rawls. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Thomas Rawls unable to push his way forward for the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They pitch out to Howard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. An update from down in L.A. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now Wilson on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They go play action now. Wilson looking left sideline. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Rawls, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now Wilson. Room to run inside the 40. It's caught. Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready. And
I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And not great starting field position here for the offense. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Wilson back into his end zone. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Shift together here from the D-line. There's Wilson to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You know, you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Flushed out right. Room here to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. They go again with Rawls. And some space here. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Wilson wants to throw it. Flush to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. 11 more on that one and another first down. First down, this is Rawls. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Here's Wilson.
Really good skill.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing now is Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so.